walked away from a conversation feeling insulted, yet the conversation itself was pleasant? Have you ever joked around with your colleagues using words or phrases you knew would be offensive if another group or individual were in earshot? Have you ever witnessed an engagement where one individual could be saying something offensive to another individual and they just not realize it? Have you ever asked a seemingly innocent question to a colleague and get taken back or confused by their reaction? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, then you, my friend, have been associated with microaggression.
But what is microaggression?
I'm glad you asked that, Billy.
Okay.
I was just getting to that. Microaggression is being inadvertently or directly unkind to someone who is historically identified as a minority. Majority of microaggressors don't even realize that they are offending. Unconscious bias and prejudice play a huge role in microaggression. Even after pointing it out to the microaggressor, they still may not realize that they said anything wrong, because a lot of the stuff we know is embedded in our society and based largely on our environment. Our goal of today's video is solely to educate. We'll even give you some tips and tricks on microaggression. Take, for example, this situation where Jane recently got a promotion at work and her coworker is a little more than salty about it.
Hey, did you hear? I finally got promoted to branch supervisor.
Really? How did you manage that?
This is an example of intentional aggression. Now, watch again and see if you can tell the difference between intentional and microaggression.
Hey, did you hear? I finally got promoted to branch supervisor.
Congratulations. Not surprising, considering how much time you spend with the manager. No, really though, I'm super happy for you. Congratulations.
Did you notice Suzanne subtly hiding her insults, hinting how Jane and their boss might be having a personal relationship? Well, adding the congratulations in after that matters very little with an insult like that, and now Jane might be questioning the validity of her promotion. But I got one thing to say to you, Suzanne. Who hurt you? There are many different forms of microaggression, from sexual harassment to gender discrimination and racism, to name a few. Now, we're going to learn how to avoid microaggression in the workplace. Take this scenario, for example.
Hey, can I just say I'm so happy now that you're living as your true self. By the way, have you gotten the surgery yet?
Oh,
This question may have intended to be harmless. However, it has definitely crossed some boundaries for Pam. Angela has no business asking that question, but since she did, let's look at some other ways to ask Pam about her gender identity.
Hey, I'm so happy for you now that you're living your best self. Can I ask you a couple questions about your transition?
Oh, sure thing. What did you want to know?
Curiosity is not a bad thing, but the way that you ask your question may be a fine line between the microaggressors and the rest of the work environment.
Go.
Now you have seen two examples of workplace microaggression. Microaggressions don't just impact the individuals themselves, they also have negative consequences for the rest of the organization. Now, we have all used a microaggression before, but the purpose of this video is not to attack you. Breathe. Don't worry, you haven't done anything wrong. Luckily, we can educate and spread the word on microaggressions. That's it for today, folks. And remember, just think before you speak. Okay, so when do I get paid?
This was an unpaid internship.
Hey, what do you mean? What? What?